Happy Independence Day to every single Nigerian here in Nigeria and abroad. It's an excellent time, 62 years down the line. And it's a time to reflect, right? Where are we now? Do we even know where we are going to? And then what does independence actually mean to each and every one of us as Nigerians? So we're going to delve in a little bit into that and then find out how that sort of correlates to what financial independence, means to us. So is Nigeria really independent? If they are not, how does that affect our financial independence? And just what are sort of like the broad steps that we can take to start moving towards financial independence as individuals in Nigeria or as Nigerians anywhere in the world? Freedom can actually be a very funny thing. When you're given leeway or you're go, take, do it, do what you want to do. It can actually be really funny because then nobody is actually there to guide you anymore. And then you now have the full power to do that thing that you have wanted to do that is in your mind. Now, when you now do that thing that you wanted to do that is in your mind and it comes out not the way you expected, probably because you didn't put in enough effort or it was a premature let off, then we begin to see funny things like having 36 states and under 20% of them being viable. So, but I'm proud to be a Nigerian. There are super excellent things that we've exported. Look at our culture that we're exporting everywhere. People are struggling to eat egusi soup outside this country. You cannot even buy it when you go there, right? Look at our musicians. The only industry that is not directly regulated by government is doing fantastic, So at the end of the day, what we find is that we have made some progress, but there is more that we can do. If you ask me if we're actually really independent, it will be a resounding no for me, because if you're depending on everybody else for funds, for COVID vaccine, for all the other small things that you could have normally been producing or manufacturing by yourself, then you are really not that. There's no independence in your whatever you are. No, you're not actually. But guess what? As a Nigerian living in Nigeria, you actually need to have at least one kind of independence. And for me, that would be financial independence. And you can say, okay, money is the root of all evil or something, and that's really your business. Because by the time it is time for you to drink water and you cannot find small money to access it, you will then know that financial independence is important. Strictly speaking, what financial independence actually is having enough bulk money, right, to cater for every need that you're going to need till you buy. So if you have a bulk money of a particular amount somewhere, and that money can be broken down into small income streams every month that you can use for your water that I said that you should drink and your food that you're supposed to eat, and just like your everyday living expenses, from now till you buy, you are financially independent. Congratulations. Now, for a lot of us, for the majority of us in Nigeria, we're not there, right? And it's a position that we all should aspire to get to. So I would suggest 3 main steps that you need to take to become financially independent so that you not be behaving like Nigeria too much. The first step is earn something. So, for Christians, they said God will multiply the work of your hands. But guess what happens if your hands have no work? 0 times anything is 0. You cannot be multiplied if you don't have anything to multiply. So actually have a handwork. It can be rudimentary jobs like plumbing, it can be bricklaying for some people. For other people, it's a desk job where they have to get dressed and sit down at a desk from 9 to 5. For other people, they are entrepreneurs. Whatever level that you're on, shall have work of your hand, because that's the first step to getting financially independent. The second step to getting financially independent will be save something. And we're not just talking about, you're earning like 100,000 and then you put like 500 naira in your colo. You need to at least have a savings of somewhere between 10 to 15%, right? And savings doesn't actually take you to financial independence. What it does is that it re-engineers your mindset for you to know that it's not every time it comes, spend. Once it comes, spend. Unless you are Nigeria, no difference really. So what we really need to do is develop that mindset of savings, and then let us try to see some of our income that we've earned actually go into where we can fall back on it. The last and most important step is invest something. And I'll just give you a small, short, tiny, very, very short story. If you were here 20 years ago, like me and the person that's behind this camera, you would know that the price of something that we were buying 200 naira in 20 years ago time is actually not the same. Your 200 naira could probably get you Gala, Scotch egg, Big Fanta, that 50cl one that the cork is very hard to remove, and then, you know, maybe some bubble gum and some other. Now, if your 200 naira gets you more than 3 Gala and one small this thing, you're lucky, right? What that means is that time value of money, especially here in Nigeria, you know, inflation and all the other economic jargon that we can mention at the time on camera have come into play, and they've reduced the value of what your 200 naira can get you. Effectively, what that means is that if your money that you're saving, you know, is actually not also growing at scale, you know, value-wise, then you will have a problem buying Coke and biscuits sometime in the future, even though you do step 1 and step 2. So for you to be able to be financially independent going forward, you actually need to invest. If I sit down here and talk about the myriad of investment opportunities available, we will not finish this video today. And don't forget, we are here to celebrate Nigeria and also to educate ourselves, you know, on what the steps that we can take so that we will not be too much like the independence that Nigeria has, right? Find 1 or 2 trusted investment advisors, create and build an investment portfolio, and then transfer that your savings to investments. That way, as inflation is taking over your money and your 200 naira is able to buy less and less Gala, your investments are also growing, and then the 200 naira that you saved will now turn to 250, 300. And when it's time to buy Gala, everybody is at peace. Let there be no fight. So in a nutshell, if you've not taken anything away from this video, let us take these 4 things away. Number 1, Nigeria is independent and we've been so for 62 years, but there's so much more that we need to do, right? And at the risk of sounding politically correct, guys, get your PVCs and make sure you vote the candidate of your choice. The second thing that you need to do is understand that you need some level of financial independence to be able to exist. Even if you're not a Nigerian, even if you're in Ghana that got independence before us, you still need to be financially independent, sha. So then you can now see the 3 steps that we outlined so that you can get to financial independence. The first one is earn something, do work, have a handwork, go to work. You don't have to do it forever. Start so that you are able to even see income, right, to earn something on. The second thing is to save. Not all your income shy, not all your income blowing, not all your income spending. Don't always be a loud spender. Save small. And then the third step, that thing that you've saved, you need to try to find ways to invest it. Create an investment portfolio. It's actually not as complex as it sounds, but investing, super key to making sure that you're financially independent. Okay guys, if this is your first time watching our content, seeing my glasses and my very maroon cap, then it's also our first time too, and we are excited to have you here. What we would actually ask for is that if you're interested in financial literacy content, you should definitely follow Beige Africa, subscribe to our YouTube channel. What we do is we try to give individuals the tools that they need to attain financial independence, right? So every single thing, down from creating very complex portfolios to just the simples, the nitty-gritty of savings, what the stock market does, and we may touch a little bit on crypto, but the key thing is we are giving you the tools to become financially independent. So like, subscribe, comment. We love feedback. Thank you so very much. I'm dancing.
What is this?
Happy Independence Day dance. I'm going up and down. Up and down. Whatever your actual line or schedule is. Happy Independence Day to Nigeria. We are talking about the giants of Africa. We are talking about the moguls. We are talking about the economics. This is the 62nd birthday, this 62nd. Happy birthday to Nigerians here in Nigeria and abroad. I've done like 4.
1 minute.
I did all 1 minute. I shall ask them that they should give us feedback. We have some ups and we have some bad. So, and then when you are now bowling, don't forget your boys. Don't forget your boys when you are bowling. Don't forget them. Don't forget them.
The simple thing he was supposed to say is that we've started creating content for Beige Africa, and that if you follow us, happy independence.
Excuse me, sir, your tone of voice is not assisting me to do this video well.